CHA segment.
Okay.
Radio Voice on here. Radio Voice, gang. What up, Scooter? Yeah, man.
Scooter.
Yeah. So,
Hey,
a couple of things. Van said something while the video was going on.
Yeah.
I do want to address
That's what I
it.
was going to say. Go ahead, brother.
He said, man, what did Jesus say to the women that was caught in the act of adultery? We got to realize that people are going to try to keep you in remembrance of what you do. So what? So what emoji? And then he said the ones who were about to stone her is what I mean. I get it, brother.
Bringing up her past.
Yeah, because in the Bible, there was a woman that was literally caught in the act of adultery in front of everybody, and Jesus saw it. And the Pharisees were we could say like pastors and elders and deacons of that time was going to pick up stones and kill her. And he said, okay, he looked at all them, and said, yo, anyone y'all ain't got no sin, you throw the first stone. They all dropped the stones and Dipset because they knew they was ratchet. They knew they was ratchet, dog.
Hey, and we're going to move on to this next thing, but this is what I want everybody to understand when I was talking about caps and the thing and obstacles. Understand, I agree with everything Jerry said. I agree with everything Van said.
Yeah.
There aren't caps if you allow it, but there will be obstacles is what I'm getting at. So don't think I'm on some old woe is me. We're oppressed. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what came out of my mouth. I just want y'all to know that sometimes it does get a little harder because after you hit the cap, you got to go through the obstacle, and then it's another obstacle and another obstacle. That's what I was getting at.
And I say this, and we'll move on. What we always got to realize: the jobs you pray for, the devil gonna try to get you to leave. Don't let the devil talk you out the job that the God of above gave you to change your life. Right?
Facts.
Anybody else on here been to Rob's house? That brother is living nice, and if you work with him and you jealous, be jealous. I love my brother's house. He's blessed. God has blessed him, blessed his family, blessed his kids, and he ain't gonna stop. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't got no control of God, but he just always good. You know what I mean? That way. He always good, and he gonna stay good. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
all right.
No, let's get it, bro.
CHA segment / music segment. When you or / the church puts on a concert, it's important to have good sound. Question mark. Nah, that boy ain't got no house. I'm just kidding. I'm just flogging for the camera now. I'm kidding, dog. I'm kidding. So once again, when you or / the church or whoever, a promoter, puts on a concert, it's important to have good sound. Question mark. This is not derogatory. It is I don't know what kind of question you said.
It's the direct result to some of the things that we've been a part of over our Christian rapping career.
So we are asking, it's important to have good sound, right? Yes, it is very important to have good sound. But Rob, what's your take on that? I'll let you go first, brother.
Woosah. Okay, listen.
Yes, woosah.
All right. So for all of my folks that are on and we don't know and you're not commenting, this is what I'm going to say on a serious note, because not the same podcast. The one thing that if you've noticed, every time we come on, as the months progress, something got better. The mics got better. The cameras got better. The backdrops, the lighting, things got better. The internet got better.
Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. Go ahead, brother.
The presentation. Listen, man, we have been to places where C and I have flown out. And we get there.
Or like our sis Portia Love say, flued out.
Yeah, flued out.
Salute to her.
And we get there, and the sound system is bad. I'm talking about almost like this microphone up to a speaker, and we trying to rap. And I've gone to places where, and C was with me, I've gone to places where I'm trying to speak to a youth group, and I'm trying to rap, and my man basically had his cell phone playing. Like what? Come on, man. Like if you expect to make change and you can, and this is for the churches per se, if you can do it for the praise dancers, if you can do it for the gospel quartets or whatever the case may be, and you're saying you're trying to get the youth and to get the people from outside, then make it presentable so that they understand.
Correct.
Rent it. If you throwing an event, rent it. Stop. You're going to raise an offering anyway. Rent it.
Yes.
Go ahead, bro.
Yes. I think the first thing that we have to realize, and I don't know who this was that asked this question on Twitter lately, but it was basically to the extent of, if we're doing Christian rap, why is it that churches and places want Christian rappers to come for free, but they don't ask bands and stuff to do that? And one of the things that was brought up is a lot of times with bands, you see their instruments. right? So you see them roll in the drums, pull in the guitars. A lot of times they'll pull up with a little trailer, right? Like a real, you know what I'm talking about, a real, like your pops that play guitars and stuff, right? People that play in a real band, they bring out instruments, they bring out an amplifier, they do all that. And I think people's mentals is like, okay, they've invested, right? And with us rappers and hip hop artists, you can't always see the investment. You don't know what it costs to make the beat. You don't know what it costs to get the artwork. You don't know what it costs to get the studio time. You don't know what it costs the time away from our family to write the song. You don't know what it costs to, if you are the producer, to pay for the sounds for the instrument, to pay for the DAW, which is the digital workstation, whatever. Basically, like the program that you record vocals through or do music. People don't see all that. A lot of times when a hip hop artist or I'm saying Christian, this is understood, or any artist, we walk up, it's us, and we come with a a zip drive. And they think it's like, okay, we just plug in, we just go. But the main thing with rap is you have, thank you, Toy.
I knew sis was going to bring it. I knew
I couldn't remember it. Digital audio workstation, yes.
Good luck,
but
sis.
A lot of times we walk up with a zip drive or a laptop or whatever. If you have a nice team around, you walk up with a drummer. But it's normally us and a drummer. That's it, at the most, a lot of times. Normally it's not a lot of, and a DAW is like Pro Tools, Logic, Fruity Loops, stuff like that. That's what I'm speaking of. And a lot of times people don't see what's going on behind. Now, why am I talking about this? Because if you bring a rock band in, how many times you hear a rock band with bad sound? Now, there's one reason. A lot of times rock bands bring their own system.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I will put that challenge to us as artists to invest some things for us to not have bad sound, right? Like what Rob knows, like I own my own personal cordless mic.
Right.
And sometimes when they mic ain't right, I be like, where your thing is? I'm a plug in. And a lot of times I come in there, my joint be way louder than everybody else because I have my own mic, I have my own setting. Now, every artist not going to do that. But if you put it on an event, where it is hip-hop, rap, Christian rap, right? The main important part for you to hear with Christian rap is two things, the beat and the lyrics, right? And if you can't hear the lyrics without good sound. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Miss Dingle? You can't hear the lyrics without good sound. You won't be able to hear what we're saying. And like my brother said earlier, my brother Van, he said, facts. How can any heart be changed or anyone come to God if they can't hear what's being said? The word transcends the heart, and you won't be able to hear it from us. And if you don't invest in that, then someone will be like, see that rap, they just be up there playing. No, they ain't playing. But we have a part as people that's putting on events, whether you are a church or a promoter or whatever, your part is to get the best you can. Now, you ain't got to be like Shea Fist Arena downtown St. Louis. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody expecting that. But do the best you can because you will get better turnouts to your concert with good sound.
Let me tell you something, bro. For and this is getting on the churches because C went with me. I went all the way out to Moscow Mills, Missouri. We was at this camp called Camp El Shaddai. Mm-hmm. Probably some of the best sound I've ever dealt with when it came to an event. And this is out in the boonies.
Yes.
You dig what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like, and those kids heard every word I said, every word C said when he did his set. Then I had to give the word, and they heard every word, and it was impactful, like Van was saying. If you want the impact, but I think sometimes people treat it as a gimmick. Well, if I get this rapper to come in, it'll get my numbers up, and then my membership will go up. But they treat it like second-class citizen. And there's still some people that feel like rap is the devil music. Although gospel came from to this day, although gospel came from blues. Like, you see what I mean? So it becomes preference.
Go to a blues concert. You ain't seeing nobody worshiping God.
Right. So
that's not what's happening.
But I think it's frustrating, and we're not picking on nobody. So if we have anybody that we've ever done a show with, some people just don't know. You know what I'm saying? And it's hard. So if you got a place who only did like Christian contemporary or only did gospel, it hit different when an 808 come through that speaker.
Talk to him.
You know what I'm saying? So Sister Mary, who can hit that high note, and it came through crisp, and then C come with, I own a business but don't rock a suit. As soon as that mug go, doom, everything's distorted. And that's why I think it's very important for promoters to invest when you're going to do something. Invest in what you're doing. Make sure the sound is quality, because it's not only bad on the artist, it's bad on you.
Absolutely.
And when you hold your next event, nobody wants to come because it was trash from the presentation side of things.
Yeah. Miss Dingle said, man, I don't even minister unless I'm sure they had the right equipment. If they still got a CD player, no, thank you. All right, sis. She ain't playing with it. All right, sis. Toy said,
that's
yeah,
it.
them
Hey,
808s.
that's in her leisure, like CD player.
Right.
I don't know, we ain't gonna be able to do
what
it.
they call it, the rider. On her rider.
Rider,
like,
nah,
you don't want me.
CD player,
you don't want me to come. But yeah, man, what Rob is saying is so true. Listen, a lot of people, when you put on a concert, or people that have, it's like the Lord gave me this vision to put on this concert, and I saw all these youth coming to the Lord, right? And the Lord may have gave you the awesome wide vision of all these youth coming to the Lord. Now, what your job is as a believer, right? And we're not trying to down people or churches, but what your job is as a believer is like, okay, God gave me the vision. A lot of times God give you a broad vision, and then you got to go figure out some of the details sometimes, right? So he's like, okay, you need to look into what makes a good concert. Here's my budget. Say I got a budget for $1,000. All right, now I'm going to tell you two things. You need to put your money on. If you got the venue already, then you ain't got to worry about that. But you need to put your money on your sound, number one. Number two, your artists. Don't have events, don't pay your artists. Give them something. Even if you be like, yo, all I got is $50, that artist will be grateful, right? Even if it's an outreach, we doing outreach to bring people to the Lord or whatever. I know, but the Bible also said a man is worth his hire, right? This is a lot of what people do for their living. You dig what I'm saying? A lot of people do this for a living, so don't shortchange them. And I'm not saying, yo, you got to come out here and drop 500. If you ain't got 500, don't do it. But give them something. Something. You know what I mean?
Can I piggyback off that, brother? And if you ain't going to give them nothing, can you let them know?
In advance. Yo,
this is the biggest.
This is an offering.
The biggest spit in the face to any minister. Because I know y'all may think they're just rappers. But the one thing that I'm going to give Ms. Dingle, she's like, before I minister. There are some that still minister. I know I'll still preach the word. Seal preach the word. Tarcia preach the word. You know what I'm saying? There are some that minister in and give our testimonies. Listen, don't raise an offering and then be like, all right, God bless y'all, and you keep the offering for the house. When you brought these people to bring the people into the house,
don't do that.
It's like you using them. So don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, please don't do that.
Please
make sure the sound is good. Like, honor those that you're bringing in.
Come on,
and this is not just churches. This is for anybody who's getting ready to have an event. Honor the people that are coming in. That's all they asking. If you know you got entirely your roster is too big, then you need to be having individual conversations, because then we listen. Me and C got held hostage at an event. This event started at 6:00 p.m. I think me and C walked out the door at 1 a.m. No, matter of fact, it was 12 a.m. because C said, nah, dog, I can't do this no more. I ain't spending the night. And it was still going on till about 1:30, 2 o'clock, and nobody got paid.
Like Tua just said, please don't do 20 artist rosters. Don't do that. Listen, I think an ideal concert, 4 max.
Yeah,
like 4 max. Better like 3. You know what I'm saying? People do whole tours. It be just 3 artists, a whole tour. You know what I'm saying? I remember when Bizzle and Flame, our brother Flame, and D1.
Yeah,
it's just 3 artists. Now they had 8 camps or whatever. It's just 3 artists, right? Because after artists, like Tori was saying, like there's the 20 artist roster. After artists 10, you all sound the same.
Yeah,
you all sound the same. You know what I mean? And that's not good. But you know, we're not trying to down anybody. But you know, whatever you do, if you say you're doing this for the Lord, do it in excellence.
Do it in excellence, man.
If you say you're doing it for the Lord, do it in excellence. Because trust me, the secular are doing it in excellence. Because they understand if the sound is right, more people will come back. They understand if the lights is right, more people will come back.
Yeah.
We have to do that too. You know, and sometimes you may be like, yo, I ain't got the money, I can't do it right, but I feel like I need to do it. It's all right to wait.
Hey, maybe we trying to throw a concert. We trying to throw not the same podcast concert. We 2 years into this thing. but we got to be patient, and we trying to make this mug be right. You know what I mean?
Right.
The other thing, man, I feel like, and I know we kind of running short on time. I think the biggest thing is people will see a Reach concert. You know, shout out to Reach Records, Lecrae and them. Shout out to Holy Smoke, talking about No Big Deal in them.
Yep.
These artists, the reason why you see those rosters so big, because the fan base behind it. You know what I mean? So you can't expect that type of turnout. I understand what folks are doing. And again, this is not a shot to anyone. It's about your sound. When those folks come in, like when we went to see Andy Mineo, our boy Aaron Cole, and LTD Apollo LTD, guess what? Fire.
Yeah.
3 artists, sound was right. You know what I'm saying? And production was right, lighting was right, everything was right, because that Christian college knew, hey, look, we're bringing people in. We got to have something. You know what I'm saying? We got to have something for the people to see and hear, so they'll want to come back when we do our next event.
And also, I'm going to say one more point before we move on. Here's another point, too. Just because it's big don't mean it's good. You know what I mean? What you laughing about, the makeup thing she said?
He said, hey,
have you sitting in her mind makeup for hours plus, eyes red? They'll do it. They'll do it in a minute.
You crying. There's our eyes watering like a...
Right. So this is the thing, man. Like, also, too, it's not wrong. Every big venue don't mean it's right for you, right? Have a realistic goal of like, yo, I may gonna have 50 people. Well, you don't need a huge venue. That venue gonna look a lot better if it's in a small place with just 50 people. It's gonna be like, man, that joint is rocking, right? But if you gonna have a place that's holding like 1,000 people and you only got 50 people, it's like you had a failure. So you have to be realistic with yourself, realistic with what your goals are, and do like I always say, be as excellent as you can as your budget can.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? And we're not the perfect concert promoters. I've had about 3 or 4 concerts. All of them ain't been great. Some of them been great, you know. But I always try to do the best I can, and I always try to pay somebody, you know.
Yeah.
Give them something, you know what I mean?
Yep.
But anyway.
Yep. I guess that's about it. Now.
That's about it. But would you like to see Rob and see if I could come to a show? We will come. For a small fee. No.
For a small fee. Hey, with that being said, though, like, real talk, next Tuesday, C and I do have an honor to host an award show next Tuesday, and I don't want to, I'm misquoting, I ain't got nothing up. This is a impromptu, I guess. But next Tuesday down at Harris Stowe at 6 o'clock, Tarcia, I know she's a part of it. Couple of award show. C and I will be hosting it. It's our first time co-hosting an event. We not rapping or anything, but we just gonna be 2 silly one words. So if you're in the St. Louis area, inbox us, and I can send you the flyer and let you know what's going on. But we're gonna have a good time next Tuesday night down at Harris Stowe as we get ready to host this award event with some dope artists that's gonna be coming up. So this segue had nothing to do with that show because it hasn't happened yet.
Right.
So it hasn't happened yet. We don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So definitely slide through Harris Stowe next Tuesday night.
All right.
Hold up.